Hey guys, I've been getting a overwhelming response from people who are asking me, how do I set up my Facebook ads? Now, I've been showing you like little glimpses of my campaigns, but I never really dug deep into how I set up my campaigns. So what I'm doing and what I decided to do is set up a Facebook ad series for you to understand exactly what I do from step A to step Z on exactly how I set up my campaigns. So if you're a beginner and you're looking to run Facebook ads for your e-commerce store, you're in the right place at the right time. And if you're advanced, you're going to find some golden nuggets out of this training. There's one thing that I have to tell you, especially if you're advanced or especially if you've been using Facebook ads for a little bit. You cannot go out there and think that you know everything with Facebook ads like I did, right? When I first started e-commerce, and I already had some experience with Facebook ads, and I thought that I knew everything, so I didn't really follow every step of the Facebook ads training inside of the e-commerce courses that I was studying. And so because of that, my results suffered in e-commerce during running Facebook ads, because it's different when you're setting up consulting funnels or you're setting up affiliate funnels for Facebook ads. It's a totally different ballgame. And so when I dug into e-commerce, my income suffered because I didn't follow step by step exactly what the gurus or exactly what other people who were making more money than me with Facebook ads in e-commerce were doing. So I want you to follow every step of what I'm sharing with you and take it to heart, every step of it. Even if you already know certain parts of the Facebook ads training I'm going to be giving you inside of this video series, just take the information in and implement it right away. Okay? Because there's going to be bits and pieces that you're going to miss, or there's going to be bits and pieces that you've been lazy on, just like I was, when implementing the strategy for your e-commerce store. So take it with a grain of salt, follow it step by step. This is going to be a beginner to expert or beginner to advanced Facebook ads 2018 course. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hop on over to my computer, where I'm going to share how to start up your Facebook ad campaigns, and then we're going to get more advanced in the future as I continue to pump out more videos in this series. And if you want to follow along to the T and follow exactly what I'm doing, I'm talking about from setting up the campaign, setting up the ad sets, what the video ad copy looks like, scaling your campaigns, how to scale to 7 figures with your store inside of a month span, what that actually looks like. I'm going to be covering that in this series. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also what I want you to do, if you have any questions whatsoever on what I'm covering inside of this series, drop those comments down below. If there's something that you feel I didn't cover, drop a comment down below and let me know. And what I will do in the series is I'll cover those things, or I'll brush back over exactly what I missed to give you that value that you're looking for. So help me help you give you the best value out of this Facebook ads training by engaging with my video and letting me know exactly what you want to learn. Okay? So with all that being said, folks, I look forward to sharing with you on screen, step by step, the first part of this Facebook ads series for Facebook ads 2018. Alright, so we arrived on my laptop where I'm going to be sharing with you how to actually put together a Facebook ads campaign that's going to allow you to scale to the moon. Now it's going to be a series, like I said before earlier, and so as we progress it will get more advanced, but you can always go back to the beginning phases and digest the content and move it slow or at your own pace as often as you can. So this is a Facebook ads web series from beginner to advanced training, and the first part that I want to actually cover is the campaign selection. Campaign selection is very important because you could be selecting the wrong campaigns as of right now of marketing and using these campaigns. I remember in the beginning I was actually setting up my campaigns the wrong way, even though I was making money, but it was just hard for me to scale my campaigns because I wasn't selecting the right types of campaigns. So always choose conversion ads, even if you have no data on your pixel. Now some of you don't know what a pixel is, and the best way I can describe it is the best way I can describe it is, say that you Facebook has like its own supercomputer and it's connecting to your store, and the only way that Facebook can communicate is through that pixel. So all of the eyeballs, all of the traffic that hits your website, Facebook's analyzing every bit of it. You know, it's analyzing where they're going, how they're interacting with your content, if it's male, female, if it's coming from Facebook, if it's coming from Instagram. Are they adding products to cart? These are all pieces of data that Facebook is collecting through this pixel. So this computer, this pixel, over time, it will get smart because Facebook's actually reading all the data that you're feeding it. So look at it as a supercomputer, or maybe like a baby that, maybe like a baby, basically, that you're feeding, and as you continue to feed it more information, it's going to continue to grow and mature just like a pixel would. So that's the best analogy I can give you for that. But moving forward here, always use purchase as your optimization point on your campaigns. So when you're going to set up campaigns, you're going to want to choose purchase as your optimization point for your campaigns. I've heard numerous people talk about start from add to cart, start from view content, and so on and so forth. And that, you can go through those routes and go through those gears. But if I'm going to be setting up a campaign and I have a brand new pixel, even though it's a brand new pixel, as long as you got a good funnel set up, it's not going to matter, because people are going to buy the product no matter what. And we want to ultimately optimize for purchase anyways. And I'm only going to want to run campaigns that will optimize as quickly as possible off of purchase anyway. I don't want to waste my time, and I don't have time to be running view content ads, add to cart ads, page post engagement ads. Just start off with purchase ads. And again, I'm going to stress to you, it doesn't matter if you have a brand new pixel or not. I've had several campaigns for clients that have taken off just by starting off with the purchase optimization, and on their Facebook ad account with a brand new account, brand new pixel, brand new everything. So label your campaigns. You never know what's inside your campaigns until you label these campaigns. It's annoying sometimes, like when you see a campaign set up and you have no idea what the heck is in there, so you got to start clicking on it, and and trying to see exactly what campaign is what. Label your campaigns the best way that you can. What type of product it is, or what age groups were you targeting with that? What sex were you targeting with that? Label it, put it inside of your campaign listing. That way you know exactly what the campaign is, instead of digging into the campaigns and opening up the windows and whatnot. So set up one page post engagement campaign just for social proof and to lower your CPM costs. Now, some of you may be thinking, like, what the heck is CPM? And I've spelled it out for you. It's cost per impression. And so when you are running your ads in your campaigns, every 1,000th person that you're running these ads to is an impression. It is a cost per impression. So you want your cost per impression to be as low as possible. And the way that I found out how to do this, and it makes absolute sense, is by running a PPE ad alongside of it. Now, the purpose of this page post engagement ad is not to make sales. Okay, I want to be clear. It's not to make sales. It's a page post engagement ad. So this ad is for your bidding on people who are going to comment, like, or engage with your post. So comments, likes, shares, clicks on videos, play button, replies to comments. Those are all engagements that you're bidding on. And the reason why we do this is because we understand that people will, their guards will be down as far as clicking over to your site and purchasing your product when they see a lot of social proof on your posts. And so a lot of times we will use page post engagement to do that, but in the process of getting this engagement, the cost to reach more people goes down because we use this page post engagement. And because of that, your regular ads, like your conversion ads, the cost per impression will go down as well, because these people are arriving on the page and they see all this engagement, so they're more likely to go and click over to your website. And in return for that, also Facebook's going to reward you by allowing your ad to show to more people for the same cost that you're already paying for. Set up one US only campaign. Okay. Set up one US only campaign by itself. Don't add any more countries into that particular campaign when you're setting it up. The second thing is you want to set up a top tier, aka a worldwide campaign. Now, some people go and lump together all the countries um, into one campaign. But from my experience and running my own ads and also my clients' ads, is that if you have a brand new pixel and you're setting up worldwide campaigns, it's much harder to optimize because Facebook doesn't know what countries are converting for you, and because again, like your pixel isn't trained. And so by if you go out and you just you know go to worldwide, what's going to end up happening is you're going to have a lot of people from India and different countries like that that will dominate your pixel, and you won't get optimized for the countries that actually will help you to make sales. So top tier is considered US, UK, Australia, and Canada. Now I could throw New Zealand in there, but when I'm going to go scale my campaigns, New Zealand is so small that I can't even break down New Zealand. So I don't even mess with putting New Zealand into my campaigns. I stick with the top four, and that's pretty much it in that particular campaign. And so moving on to the next slide, I want to talk about the ad set. Okay, the ad set setup. Now it's a lot of different, I noticed a lot of information to take in. You can rewind this over and over and over again just to get the information, but ad setup is very important. It's just as important as setting up the ad level and also setting up the campaign level of this whole setup. This is where everything, all the information to target your audience, the information to optimize for choosing the right type of optimization for your ad, your campaign. It's all done on this level. And so you got to pay very close attention to what you're doing. Always double check before you start to launch an ad. You're going to always want to go back to the ad set level to make sure everything looks proper. So the first thing I do is I select the purchase for optimization. Okay, I mentioned this in the first slide of this training. Select the purchase for optimization. You're going to see that when you see the drop down that says optimization or conversion, you're going to optimize for purchase, but there's other options that you can choose. You can choose initiate cart, you can choose add to cart, you can choose view content. There's different steps that you can choose, but the best one to choose is purchase. Always launch your US ads at 7 a.m. EST. Over time, I've launched in several hours of the day just to see which ones will work out best. Not only that, but by talking to other members, buying other courses, and just doing my homework for not only for me but my clients and also the people who actually help me to manage my ads for other clients. I have to be on point. So I buy a lot of courses and I mastermind with people, actually the owners of a lot of these courses, because I'm in a position where I don't have to pay for a lot of these different courses and masterminds, and because I've been in the game for 2.5 years as far as e-commerce is concerned, and it's allowed me not only through my results and my students' results to have access to members of other masterminds to where we can actually mastermind with each other. So this information is not just based on my own due diligence and doing my testing, but it's also based on being able to mastermind with other leaders within the e-commerce niche. So US ads, I always launch them at 7 a.m. And my worldwide ads, I launched them at midnight. Okay, midnight. And this is going off of the time of your ad account. This is not, you're not going to go and match it up with the Eastern time. You're going to match it up with the ad account time of your account. So that means that when you launch your top tier ads, the US, the UK, Canada, and Australia ads all in one, you're going to launch those campaigns at midnight. Okay, and just to be clear, when I say top tier ads, I launch with all of those countries in one campaign. I'm not spreading it out from different ad sets. I'm not spreading it out from different campaigns. I have one campaign, US, Canada, Australia, and US, UK, Australia, and Canada in one campaign. Okay, and I launched those at midnight according to my the time on my account. And the reason why I do that is because it's allowing me to get the most data out of the entire day. And there's different time zones within those different countries that I'm running this ad from. So the best time that I found is to launch the ad at midnight, where all of my time, all of my stats and everything starts over at midnight. All right. So next thing is I set my budget to $25. Later on in the next slide, when I talk about the ads level of your campaigns, you're going to understand why I start off at $25. Now, some of you may be thinking, well, dang, I can only have one campaign or two campaigns or three or four or whatever. It's the way that I set up these campaigns works extremely well with even if you can only afford to have one campaign up and running. Yes, it may take you longer to collect the data, but it'll be easier for you to actually start making sales with and consistency with those sales if you set it up the way that I'm telling you to in this training and in this series. This $25 is going to go a long way the way I explained it in the next slide. So next thing is that you got to make sure if you're doing your homework and your research to find out what age groups will interact or buy your product, based on data that's already existing out there on the internet. So if you know it's a women's product, there's no need to go and set up a campaign and target women or men, right? You want to target women. It's a lot of it is common sense stuff. But sometimes you don't know which sex would buy the most. And sometimes, like around Christmas time, it's a little bit different because people are buying presents for their loved ones. And so, your strategy for targeting changes with the seasons. So the age groups are based on the audience and the product. I normally run my ads to 25 to 54. I've made the most of my conversions throughout all of my campaigns with 25 to 54. But sometimes, again, you'll see people outside of those ranges or in younger ranges buying products. It just depends on what the product is. But the products I typically like to select, and throughout all of my campaign and data through analyzing, I've ran 25 to 54. And then then I just talked about the sex based on the product. So if it's like a cosmetic product or makeup or anything like that, you're going to want to go with women. Or if it's like camping or fishing or something like that, you're going to go with the men first on those particular products. Next is the targeting. Keep it stupid simple. Don't I used to start off and do a lot of flex targeting, which means like I would go and I would have a main target, and then I would go and select basically add another layer of targeting on top of the broad targeting, just to narrow it down. Okay, they call it narrow targeting or narrowing interest. So I would do that, and then I would also just continue to layer it again. Like I would have like 3 layers of targeting. And yes, it is cool, and yes, it does work, and it gives you good and cheap conversions. However, I found that it was very hard for me to scale up my campaigns by doing flex targeting. Every time that I would get some sales within that product or within that audience, I tried to scale, and it just would not pan out for me. My conversion costs would go up significantly. I'm not talking like $1 or $2. I'm talking like $5, $10 conversion costs for using flex targeting. So I stopped using flex targeting a while ago. My students have as well, and we only use one broad targeted interest per campaign. And next thing is what I do is I like to exclude Facebook admins. The reason why I exclude Facebook admins, and which, by the way, it is an interest that you can use, and you can just hit the exclude tab and just select Facebook page admins, and you can exclude them from your campaigns. And the reason why I do that is because I don't want other marketers looking at my ads. Okay, and so that I try to make it as hard as possible for people to spy on my content. And the way I set my ads up in the next slide, it allows us to sort of hide in a way. But there's no 100% way that you can hide from other marketers. But this definitely makes it harder for them to spy on your content by excluding people who have Facebook pages on Facebook. Okay, so keep it stupid simple. One targeted interest at a time. One broad interest. We go after millions of people. And this goes into saying, like one of my other videos that I put together where I talk about whenever I pick $1 million product, the makeup behind the $1 million product is finding something that has mass appeal to a large audience. I want a product that a lot of people need, therefore it allows me to target a broader audience, therefore allows me to scale up my campaigns as quickly as I can because I have a larger audience to scale to. It's harder to scale up campaigns if you have 100,000 audience size or 200,000 or half million or a million size audience. It's harder for you to get to those 10K, 20K, 30K days if you're flex targeting and if you have smaller audiences. So that's why we stick with the broad audiences that we can target. And so it's worked extremely well for me, and it's worked extremely well for my students as well. And it kept it very simple for them to really take off with their e-com business. The placement, I use mobile newsfeed for both Facebook and Instagram. And so you can go back. I do go back and I do test like desktop newsfeed in different placements. But I know that the majority of my sales are going to come from mobile newsfeed on Facebook and mobile newsfeed on Instagram. All right. So I start there where the volume is, and then I'll go back later and I'll test desktop, right column, different placements that they have. Okay. So the last thing in your ad set is you need to select the window the 1 day clicks window. That's either one. That could be the view or day after view 1 clicks window. So choose either one of those. I like that because after a day, I get conversions. It seems like a lot quicker when I use 1 day clicks window. It's trying to optimize within a day. It's trying to optimize it as quickly as possible, and that's just been something that's been working for me and most of my students as well. So lastly, I want to talk about the ad setup, okay? And this is very important because most people get extremely lazy when it comes to setting up their ads. They like to just slap up some arbitrary ad copy for their ad and wonder why they're not getting any freaking sales. It's because they aren't thinking, with the customer in mind. They aren't, they're basically, in other words, like they're lazy. People are lazy when it comes to setting up the ad level. They got a crappy video, it's all blurry or stuff, different things like that. The video doesn't portray the image that you need it to portray, or you're just simply copying the video from somebody else's ad and putting it on yours. You got to do a little bit more homework when it comes to putting together an ad. You may have to go to Fiverr and get a few videos mashed up so that your video is unique, And so, with that being said, always start with one video. I see people starting with, 2 different videos and wondering, and with a $25 budget and wondering why they're not getting the results that they're looking for. If you don't have the money to split test several different variables, then keep it simple and use one video while you're setting up your ads. Otherwise, it's going to take you longer to get the results that you need. It's going to take you longer to realize what video is working and which one's not. And, it's just going to take a longer process. Next thing is select your fan page and your Instagram account. I cannot believe that some people will set up a fan page, but they won't set up an Instagram account for their brand that they're building. You can't just go and set up a fan page and then, how
um, and not have an Instagram account to market through. You gotta have a real Instagram account to market, to use your Facebook ads, and to actually deliver ads on Instagram. Okay, so make sure you got those two things in order. Next thing is make sure you have created an Instagram account, like I said before, for your brand, and have connected it to your Facebook ad account. Now, some people haven't done this, but if you go to business.facebook.com, you can set up a business manager for your ad account. And you'll need to first claim your ad account on that business manager. The second thing is that you need to claim your Facebook fan page on that ad account. And you also need to connect your Instagram account to that business manager. That way, when you're setting up ads, you have the selection to select your Instagram account and your fan page through that avenue. And if you're going to be doing any big numbers, you're definitely going to need a business manager, especially if you're going to be following through this series, because I'm going to be showing you ways to scale up using that business manager. Next thing is upload the video via your ads manager and not your fan page. Most people try to upload the video to their fan page, which is otherwise known as a published post, where everybody in the world could see it, and your competitors can see it. It's easily accessible, and you don't want that. We want to use dark posts, and what a dark post is, when you upload a video to your ads manager instead of your fan page. This is allowing you to have your ad not visible to everyone, even though they will see the ad when it's running, but they can't just go to your fan page and find your video ad or your ad on the fan page. Okay, so it's hidden. It only is able to be visible when it's promoted or when it's sponsored on Facebook using these Facebook ads. So that's the power behind that. It allows you to, your competitors not to see and rip your content, or have it readily accessible to everybody on your fan page. Next thing is you're going to want to create your ad copy for the video ad. Okay, and it could be short, sweet, and to the point. I suggest creating the ad to where it makes sense. Like it can't be something that's out of a textbook or off of a website that you found. Make it relatable to people, because you have to understand. Obviously, you are running your ads to people, and it has to be relatable to them. And also, you have to take time to study what the problem that people have. Uh, um, what problem is your product solving for these people? And once you understand what problem is solving for these people, you'll better understand exactly how you need to write your ad copy to appeal to these people, and have make them click over to your website and take action. Okay. Now there's other different variables when it comes to setting up these type of ads, but this is the big key: is setting up your first ad copy for the video that appeals to the people who want to buy this product. Why should they buy this product? What problem is this problem? What problem is this product solving for them in order to buy it? So you need to know those keys, because that taps into their emotions. And obviously, you guys know, once you tap into somebody's emotions, when it comes to in the buying process, it becomes you want people to respond right away. You want impulsive buyers to purchase your product. So next thing is, you need to duplicate this ad 3 times so that you have 4 ads, not ad sets or campaigns, just only ads. Okay, so what that looks like is, by you duplicating this ad 3 times, you'll need to have 3 different pieces of ad copies. Okay, this is where people get lazy. They only create one ad, one video, right? And that's it. When you create 3 different ads, it does 2 things. It allows you, number one, to test different types of ad copy to see which types of ad copy work best with your ad. You'll never know exactly if the first ad that you create is good, is the best type of ad that you could be running to this audience, to make the sales that you need or to make the best conversions unless you split test. So by duplicating your ad 3 times, it's allowing you to split test your ad across 4 different ad copies to see which one is working. That's number one. Number two, Facebook, the way Facebook works, if you have 4 slots, okay, imagine these 4 ads, or we're going to say that they're 4 slots. And in these 4 slots, Facebook's seeing which ones will get the placement or get the best placement. So this is why duplication also works as well, because when you duplicate from the ad level, it allows Facebook to choose which one gets the best placement. If you're only setting up one ad and one ad copy, Facebook only has one ad to get you the best placement. And a lot of times it doesn't happen the way that you're looking, the way that you want it to work, right? You set up the ad and you're not getting the results that you want, and you're wondering why. And this is why, because Facebook chooses which ad copy is going to get the best placement. It does place your ad, but you want to know, you want to have the best placement for your ad. So Facebook's going to choose. Sometimes I end up getting 2 ads that get the best placement. And what you'll notice is by setting up these ads and you start launching them, 2 ads might start taking off and the other 2 may not even get any impressions at all. Or if it does, it doesn't get that much, it doesn't get good conversions. And so what I do is I kill the ads instead of the ad set when that happens. See, it allows you to have multiple ads that are converting instead of one ad that may convert. You know what I'm saying? So like most of you are like when you go to scale your campaigns and that one ad, you're looking for it to take off. And when you scale it, you see that like no sales come through, or you get 1 sale the next day when you had 4 sales the day before. And that's because you lost placement with that particular ad, or, it's a number of different variables. But what I found out is by having multiple ads, it allows me to scale more smoothly, and it all allows me to get conversions quickly. I'm talking about in a day, within a day span, sometimes within an hour, within 2 hours, 4 hours of the campaign actually running, I start getting sales for that product, and I immediately know within 24 hours which ad is converting and which one isn't. Okay, and then also know what ad copy is working, what ad isn't. Okay, so create 3 different ad copies for these 3 new ads that you've duplicated, and your campaign should. So just to give you like an overview, your campaign should include 1 ad set and 4 ads. Okay, 1 campaign, 1 ad set, and 4 ads. Okay, this could be a U.S. campaign. If you're gonna go set up a top tier campaign, it's a new campaign, right? 1 ad set and 4 ads. All right, that's the combination that works. Once you set up all of that, launch the ad, and I'm telling you, 9 times, about 9 times out of 10, you will see the big difference in your campaigns once you launch these types of ads. Okay, if you guys receive value out of this training, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions throughout the duration of this training, go ahead and post those questions in the comments below. And what I'll do is I'll make sure that I'll answer those questions and also include them in future trainings inside of this Facebook ads web series. And so, yeah, with all that being said, folks, I look forward to sharing with you in the next series exactly how to take these campaigns to the next level, what to look for, and so on and so forth. So you guys take care, and I'll see you at the top.